Today on Public Eye News, a northern Michigan man pleads no contest after an assault and police chase. And later, the Michigan Growth Office announces a new contest for creatives.
Tim Knapp will have your weather forecast for the next couple days. Later, Colin Morrison will bring you today's sports breakdown. I'm Ashlyn Shadek.
And I'm Luke Niddle. This is Public Eye News. A Marion man has pled no contest to a string of 6 total charges related to a high-speed chase after an assault on July 10th. Darren Rashid Martin, 28, was charged with 2 counts of assault with intent to murder, 1 count of discharging a weapon from a motor vehicle, 1 count of third-degree fleeing and eluding a police officer, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon. Due to his plea, Martin will serve a minimum of 17 combined years with the possibility of a maximum of 32 total years. Martin will serve 15 to 30 for the 2 assault with intent to murder charges and a mandatory 2 years for possession of a firearm by a felon. Martin previously pled guilty in 2017 to 2 counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct and served a total of 515 days. And the Michigan Department of the Attorney General has concluded an investigation into a shooting death involving a state trooper last June. The department determined that the trooper acted in defense of others when Quentin Marquez Allen, 31, of Saginaw, entered a bank and demanded money from the only employee working at the time. Allen then barricaded himself in the bank with the employee when authorities were alerted to the scene. Over the next 2 hours and 45 minutes, Allen engaged in a standoff with police, using the employee as a hostage for his demands. As part of his demands, Allen requested a soda and chips, and it was dropped off via drone at the entrance of the bank. When Allen went to the door to retrieve the delivery using the employee as a shield, the employee ducked down and a trooper stationed approximately 115 yards away struck Allen in the chest fatally once.
Last Thursday in Escanaba, a fire broke out at a manufacturing building in the early afternoon. Dense fire and thick smoke filled the large building, causing multiple response teams to show up. These included the Escanaba Department of Public Safety, Escanaba Township Fire Department, Ford River Township Fire Department, Bark River Township Fire Department, and the Gladstone City Fire Department. The fight to put out the flames went on for many hours. No injuries were reported for employees working in the building or the emergency responders. The fire is still under investigation. And Aspira's Health North Division has announced that Donnie Abraham will be their new Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer. He has over 2 decades of experience, starting his career as an Army medic and most recently served as Vice President and CAO at Advent Health Murray in Chatsworth, Georgia. Terry Thier, President of Aspira's Health North Division, said, quote, "His background in both clinical care and administration makes him uniquely equipped to advance our mission of delivering compassionate, high-quality health care across northern Wisconsin," end of quote. Abraham looks forward to enjoying Wisconsin's outdoors. And Hurricane Melissa is slamming Jamaica today. It's a Category 5, the strongest storm ever known to hit the island, with winds up to 185 miles an hour and gusts over 200. Jason Allen is in Jamaica's capital, Kingston, with how people there have prepared for the worst.
Pretty gusty, pretty windy.
Jamaica's shoreline is being overwhelmed with winds gusting more than 60 miles per hour. Dangerous flooding and storm surge projected up to 13 feet as Hurricane Melissa thrashes the island. Inside the storm Monday, hurricane hunters from NOAA were forced to abort their data collecting mission because of severe turbulence. This video shows what crews were able to capture before the scrapped flight. On the ground, mandatory evacuations forced hundreds into shelters.
We're all buttoned down and locked up. The thing that concerns us the most is mostly just the wind and the rain.
Those dangerous conditions closed Jamaica's airports when Melissa was approaching, leaving many vacationers stranded until the historic storm passes through the Caribbean.
We're trying to be as prepared as we can.
Bridget and Wayne Todd are in Jamaica on their honeymoon. The North Carolina couple has experienced hurricanes in the U.S. before, but say those are no match for Melissa.
We've never had one to this level. My biggest concern is really just the damage it'll do afterwards and us being stranded out here for possible weeks.
Yeah, when this storm just skirted by Haiti and the Dominican Republic, at least 4 people were killed. This one's going to make direct impact on Jamaica. And we know in the days leading up to the storm, the government has said already they know of 3 deaths that are related to this. That was mostly from people who were out cutting trees or trying to remove tree limbs, and there were many people injured falling off of rooftops in preparation for this storm. They are telling people right now, even in Kingston, where the wind is down and the rain is down right now, stay inside until this storm passes by the island. Jason Allen, CBS News in Kingston, Jamaica.
Now don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with weather and statewide news after this break.
Asking tough questions to those in power.
Russia right now has you outmanned, outgunned. Is it time to think about a settlement?
As a newcomer to Congress, what did you make of the high degree of dysfunction within the Republican conference?
I always felt that it was broken.
And covering events as they unfold.
Opposition fighters have reached the suburbs of the capital, Damascus.
PBS NewsHour and PBS News Weekend, every night on PBS and streaming.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Tim Knapp, here with your weather breakdown. It's a great day on campus at the Academic Mall. Blue skies and sunny, just the way I like it. Taking a look, though, at the map, sunny across the UP. Can you believe it? Up in Houghton, it's 53. Ironwood, it's 48. Down in Iron Mountain, it's 52. And down in Menominee, it's 56. Let's shift, though, over to Escanaba, where it's 53. Manistee, 55. Over in Sault Ste. Marie, it's also 55. And our hometown of Marquette, it is 52 degrees. Taking a look at current conditions, the winds are out of the south at 12 miles an hour, and our barometric pressure is 30.26 inches and rising. Tonight, we're looking at clear conditions with a low of 37 degrees, winds out of the southeast at 5 miles an hour, and our moon phase is a waxing crescent. Looking ahead to tomorrow, sunny with a high of 52 and a low of 42, winds out of the northeast at 5 miles an hour. And looking ahead to the start of this weekend, Thursday, 50 degrees with a low of 42 and sunny. Friday, a high of 48 and a low of 42 and rainy. And Saturday, a high of 43 and a low of 38 and rainy as well. That's all I have for weather, but get out and enjoy the sun today. Back to the desk.
Thank you for that weather report, Tim. It certainly has been bright, beautiful, and balmy out there today. Going on to some statewide news. Applications for Pitch House have officially opened today, a $25,000 grant that allows venues to host Pitch House, a multifunctional art activation. Open to artists, businesses, and nonprofits, applications will remain open until Wednesday, November 5th at 11:59 p.m. 4 grants are available for $25,000 each and will highlight creatives from all around Michigan. A virtual information session will be held for applicants to ask questions and gather more information. This session will be held this Thursday at 4 p.m. To register for the information session or to learn more, visit makeshiftmichigan.com. And as Halloween approaches, it's important to take steps to make sure your pets stay safe during the spooky season. Never give your animals any candy, especially anything containing chocolates or raisins. Have a quiet space for your pets that include water, food, and litter if necessary, and be sure there is proper identification in the worst-case scenario they escape from your house. Keep decorations and wires out of reach of your pets, and try to wear parts of your costume around your pet to get them acclimated to the sight of you in a different outfit. Especially with pet costumes, be sure the outfit doesn't restrict any movement or breathing and doesn't contain any small pieces that may be chewed off and become a choking hazard. For more information, go to michigan.gov/mdard/animals. And President Trump wrapped up his stop in Japan, announcing a new trade deal, new investments in the U.S. economy, and speaking to sailors and Marines stationed in Japan. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Trump ended a full day in Japan addressing business leaders and looking ahead to his high-stakes meeting later this week with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
It's a big meeting, and I think it's going to work out very well, actually. I think it's going to be great for everybody.
Before sitting down with the CEOs, the president signed an agreement to work with Japan to extract critical rare earth minerals, a resource China dominates, processing more than 90% of the world's supply. Bolstering the alliance with Japan, President Trump said Japan's order for F-35 missiles will be delivered soon as he spoke to sailors and Marines aboard the USS George Washington.
And they're coming this week, so they're ahead of schedule. So I just want to tell Madam Prime Minister, they've been waiting for those missiles, and we got them here right away.
The president also forged a fast friendship with Japan's newly elected Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi.
Anything I can do to help Japan, we will be there. We are
an ally at the strongest level.
During their visit, the Trump administration announced it would lower its tariff on Japanese goods to 15% and says Japan pledged to invest more than $500 billion in U.S. industry.
These deals are driven by the Japanese Strategic Investment Initiative, which was created by your tariff policy and by your historic trade agreement with Japan.
Japan's prime minister also announced a new gift of longstanding friendship and diplomacy between the two countries, 250 new cherry trees that will go to Washington, D.C. to honor America's 250th birthday next year. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
We'll be right back with sports after this.
Tune in to the heartbeat of the Upper Peninsula. At Public Radio 90, we're more than just a frequency on your dial. We're your trusted home for national public radio. Let our diverse blend of music be the soundtrack to your day. Public Radio 90, where community comes alive. Tune in to Sunday Nights with Dan Truckee, In the Pines from 9 to 9:30, followed by Just Folks from 9:30 to 11.
Welcome back. This is Colin Morrison with your sports stories today, starting with NMU men's soccer, where Luca Rosen, a junior forward, has been awarded with GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week for the second time this season. The London native scored 2 goals against St. Cloud State on Sunday, and then, during a rare midweek matchup, had 10 shots on goal against Parkside, a single-game season high. Coach Alex Fadovich had nothing but praise for Rosen, citing not only his amazing shooting, but also the stats that don't show up in box scores, like his tackling skills and work ethic. Rosen now leads the nation in shots per game with an amazing 4.79 and is 6th in the nation in shots on goal per game with 1.93. Luca looks forward to a matchup with another outstanding GLIAC forward, Finn Muse of Roosevelt University, this Friday in Marquette. We now move on to NMU diving, where another standout performance has led to GLIAC honors, this time for Kalina Saglinski, earning herself GLIAC Female Diver of the Week. The junior diver faced off against many ranked opponents last weekend, facing off against number 14 ranked Findlay and number 17 ranked Saginaw Valley on Friday, and the next day faced number 4 Grand Valley State. On Friday, Saglinski participated in the 1 meter and 3 meter dives and came out with first place in both. She didn't just win on Friday, though. She went on to win in both dives again against Grand Valley State, having 4 first-place finishes in one weekend. This season, Saglinski has been showing why she earned first-team All-American honors in the 3-meter dive and second-team All-American honors in the 1-meter dive, and she shows no sign of slowing down. My final story for tonight is Wildcat Volleyball, where NMU will face off against rival Michigan Tech at home tonight at 6 in Vandeman Arena. The Wildcat Volleyball team split over the weekend with a win against Grand Valley State and a loss against Wayne State, and both games went to 5 sets. NMU is currently 9-12 on the season, but are 6-3 in conference play, setting them at 5th in GLIAC standings. The Huskies are close behind at 8-11 overall and 5-4 in conference play. This match will be extremely important for the Wildcats, as they need to win against Tech to bring the regular season win streak against them to 6 games, improve their standings in the GLIAC, and get revenge for that horrible football game on Saturday. That's all I have for sports. Now back to the news desk.
Thank you for that sports report, Colin. Ashlyn, are you going to be able to make it out to the volleyball game?
I'm going to try. I have never seen them play before.
It is a treat to watch them in Vandeman, but I hear you have one more story for us.
I do. In Ironwood, the Michigan State Police Wakefield Post and Super One Foods are hosting a food drive. The drive started on Monday, October 20th, and will run until Friday, October 31st. People can bring non-perishable food donations to the police department Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can also stop by Super One Foods and buy a donation bag that costs $5 or $10.
Well, with that, we are out of time here in Public Eye News Today. I'm Luke Niddle.
I'm Ashlyn Shadig.
We'll see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.